Okay, hello chat. Sorry it took me an extra second there. I realized I didn't have VTube Studio on. Whoopsie. Hi chat, how are you? And like fucking clockwork, Ryuji says hello. Yeah, for those of you in chat, I am Dapper Mr. Let's go. What's up, Tom? How's it going, friend? What up, what up, what up, what up? There's so many new folks in here. So many cutie pies. Welcome to the sprites, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. How am I? I'm doing wildly okay. Today's been a whole ass time. I was supposed to have a session today, but then they didn't realize that I was gonna be remote, so we didn't end up having a session. I didn't lose the job or nothing. It's just we have to reschedule because they weren't prepped for it, and I'm like, that's fine. Shit happens. Busy writing another script before vacay, but your background music is so calming. I'm so glad. I love it. My friend Orfeo wrote it for me. Turn it down slightly so it's not overpowering. You might have a sinus infection. No! As someone who has had multiple sinus infections, get yourself a nasal rinse, like squeeze bottle. That ish is gonna save your butt. I get like the Neilmed nasal rinse squeeze bottle. I actually need to do one after stream today because thine allergies. What up, the mean Dean? How's it going? I think you put up your nose to clog out mucus. Yeah, buddy. Take a nap after crying. I am reading your texts right now, Andy. I'm reading your texts right now. I love your face so much. I'm literally texting you back, Andy. I've been practicing voices, watching stuff on Crunchyroll, finished Unaware Atelier.
So you were hearing Lisa Lot? Homeros? Lisa Latte, sorry.
For those of you who don't know, I play
Lisa Latte Homeros
in Unaware Atelier Meister. Gosh, I love acting. I did like almost 10 auditions before before coming on stream. So if my voice sounds at all tired, I was like, fuck it. I was supposed to have a session today. I warmed up fully. Fuck it. I'm just gonna do all my auditions now. They're due today anyway, so fuck it. Speaking of Crunchyroll, I finished episode 19 of Anne Shirley. Bro, you killed it, but damn, you made me cry. I am really grateful that you liked it. Episode 19, what a doozy. What a fucking doozy. The classic, I'm up and writing, might as well do something. Exactly! Bro, that's my vibe. That's my entire personality right there. I even did dishes. I did chores today. I put laundry on. I've done chores. I have cleaned. I was up early. Am I still in my pajamas? Yes. But damn if I don't look cute. Need to be better about warming up. I feel that. You're a fellow singer though, Tom. I just do my choral warm-ups. I just do like my scales, the those up and down. My favorite is many, 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 many morons. That's my favorite. Loads in the bag, I just need to actually do them. Be better. And I say that with all the love in the world. Be better, Tom. You got this. Just do it. I'm trying. I know. You're wonderful. I'm sorry. Listen, bro. You should be. take care of your voice. If you're gonna do VO, I will be better. I mean, bro, I've let you down. You could never let me down, Tom. Never. Could never let me down. But if you're about to record fucking theory shit, vocal warm-ups, bro. Before you get in that gosh dang clickety closet. Live crashing out. You've disappointed me for the last time, dapper Mr. Tom. I just got a text my husband, bet. He was like, do you want to order ramen? I'm like, I'm streaming. Nah, mwah. I'm so excited to work on your demo, by the way, Tom. Linda Duchess, welcome in. Not gonna mention, you just mentioned that you don't do warm-ups before singing on stage? No! No, I can feel my singing coach all the way from Canada hissing right now. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my bones. If I don't warm up before I sing or perform in general, I cannot. What? Before I direct, before I do anything, I'm warming up. I'm sorry. Before you sing on stage? What? Is it Poppy Bowl? Jesus. Possible I could play Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 if you haven't already. I have never played it because I'm a big Weenie Hut Jr. and I'm bad at doing puzzles live. But if anyone wants to sit with me while I play it, if any friends want to sit with me, if any Toms specifically want to sit with me and guide me through and help me through Poppy Playtime, I know you're a Poppy guy, Tom. Tom, would you like to play Poppy Playtime for spooky season with me? You want to hang out? Doesn't even gotta be on a Monday. We can hang out any day of the week, buddy. Wait, but I can physically... Yeah, but Tom said me first. Hell yeah, brother! Tom, you can watch me be a fail gamer. Gosh. So the plan for today is we are going to react to the Keeping Up with Star Rail. And then the Evernight Keeping Up with Star Rail, because I need it in my life. And also my editor needs content. And then we are going, wow, I said that weird. We're going to move into dice mold making and then polishing. But we're gonna make dice molds first so that I can finish this first round, and then after stream I can start the second round of dice, or second round of Scylla dice molds, assuming these work out. So, without further ado, bruh, Andy, we can also play Poppy Playtime. I will play this game twice just for you, baby. Okay, let me make sure that gaming is all set up. Okay, cool. Yay! Girl, we can hang out whenever. You can just hit me up. I'm home until like mid-November. I'm just here. Okay, I'm just getting nothing. I texted you like 8 times last week. I know! I know! We were texting constantly. We've been texting constantly, baby. We've been texting constantly. My schedule... What? What do you mean? What do you mean I never responded? Yes, I did! I am looking at our text, baby. I am looking at our texts. Where are you messaging? Oh, was it about playing Phasmo? I was streaming when you sent that. Yeah, I did respond to you. I'm sorry that I didn't respond to every single thing. Mwah. Love your face, Thinky. Okay. Alright. Let's get into this shit. Okay, let me get rid of the uwu merch. Welcome back, my sprites. Today, we are reacting to
Keeping Up with Star Rail. Evernight? Why didn't we start with the red form?
So I'm gonna kill that and make sure I have the audio all ready to go. Okay, looks like we're all ready to go. Amazing. Right out the gate.
Little Albie!
Oh. Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare.
The girl who appeared suddenly seemed both dangerous and enigmatic, but she still showed us care. Though we never met before, she knew us like the back of her hand. She is an aspect of March 7th who appears as a savior in life and death situations. And for unknown reasons, she calls herself Evernight. Is she a friend or foe?
Anyway.
Where did she come from? Where will she go?
pretty.
Confusion and suspicion tangle with the truths in our hearts.
I'm obsessed.
What exactly happened to March 7th?
I'm obsessed.
On today's Keeping Up with Star Rail, let's try to break through the fog and see what kind of terror, terrific surprises Evernight will bring us. No. Almost said my thoughts out loud.
It's okay to see what's on your mind. Pouring your heart out is your style of hosting.
As long as you're okay with it. Then let's unravel the truth behind the mysterious Evernight.
I will do my best to help, but to be honest, I also don't know a whole lot.
Evernight is an ice character on the path of remembrance,
Okay.
and she
I'm glad
seems
she's still ice.
completely different from the March 7th we all know.
Even though her personality seems a bit different, some of her features are still the same as before.
Such as?
She still loves coordinating her outfits, but the style has changed a bit.
The
Thinking back to when
veracity
March
is
7th was
crazy.
on the show, she always tried to take pictures during the live combat video.
Yeah.
When Evernight uses her basic attack, she will deal ice damage based on her max HP to one designated enemy. When Evernight enters combat, uses her skill, or uses her ultimate, she will summon the Memo Sprite Eevee.
Oh.
When
okay.
summoned, Eevee immediately takes action.
Eevee.
If we could talk to these jellyfish, maybe we could find out what happened to her.
You'd have to understand animal language.
Speak with
Doesn't
animals.
seem easy.
Easy.
Don't worry, I understand their hearts.
What a good boy.
Wow, I knew Mr. Don Hung was talented, but I didn't think you could talk to animals too. No wonder
Well,
we
you
hit
can
it
talk
off
to them
so
all you
well.
want.
Eevee is immune to all crowd control debuffs and has a higher chance of being targeted. While Eevee is on the field, it increases
Okay.
damage dealt by itself and Evernight. Whenever
Oh,
Evernight or
okay.
Eevee's HP drops, their crit damage increases for a set number of turns, and they both gain 1 point of Memoria. When Evernight uses
Okay,
her
so we
skill,
might want
she will consume a
crit
certain amount of
base
HP instead of
build.
skill points. She also gains some Memoria points with her skill and boosts the crit damage of all ally Memo Sprites for several turns.
Yeah.
If the Memo Sprite Eevee is on the field, its HP will be healed by a certain amount. If Eevee is not on the field, it will be summoned instead. When Memoria exceeds a certain amount, Evernight will dispel and become immune to all crowd control debuffs,
shit,
and Eevee
that's
will
huge.
immediately take action if it's on the field. After immediately taking action, Eevee deals ice damage based on its max HP to one designated enemy and all other
Probably wanna
enemies.
boost her
This attack
crit
consumes
rate.
all of Eevee's HP and all Memoria. The more Memoria consumed, the higher the damage. Eevee
Damn.
then leaves the field. When Eevee leaves the field, Everknight's speed is increased until the start of her next turn.
Hold on, I know if Eevee leaves the field due to the use of the Memo Sprite skill, Dream Dissolving as due, this speed boost will be further increased proportionally to the Memoria points consumed.
It's increased until the start of her next turn.
Are these memo sprites working for some common goal?
Why don't you take this window of opportunity to talk to the jellyfish, Mr. Donna? Oh no, wait, the window's pretty short. Everknight's ultimate summons Eevee and causes Eevee to deal ice damage to all enemies. And Everknight also enters the darkest riddle state. In this state, she and Eevee deal more damage and are immune to all crowd control debuffs and increased damage taken by all enemies. While in the darkest riddle state, Everknight will gain
I love
additional
Darkest
memorial
Riddle.
points when she uses her skill, and her ultimate can charge up Darkest Riddle.
She seems good at using various means to extend her advantage and doubling that with her friends.
Wow, seems like Everknight is an excellent friend then.
Yeah.
That presupposes she is our friend.
Eevee consumes 1 point of Darkest Riddle when using the Memo Sprite skill, Dream Dissolving is due. If Darkest Riddle points are 0 when Everknight's turn begins, she will exit the state.
I just love her animation.
When Eevee's turn begins, it prioritizes dealing ice damage based on its max HP to Everknight's last attack target. If Everknight has Memoria at this time, Eevee will deal additional damage. The more Memoria there is, the higher the extra damage. After Eevee attacks, Everknight gains a certain amount of Memoria.
Okay, gotcha.
It seems like she has a deep relationship with these jellyfish.
It needs further investigation.
After unlocking a certain trace, Everknight regenerates
So
some energy at the start of
enigmatic.
combat and gains some Memoria. When she or any ally
I should just listen, but I am in firm agreement with my friend Lynn that I am not fully convinced that the Enigmata and the Remembrance are separate paths. Because Everknight is proof that there is so much overlap. Like, we've been aware of the Path of Remembrance because of Simuni, but I am not fully convinced that Remembrance and Enigmata are separate, especially because, like, think about it from, like, a Simuni point of view. We don't, like, we see, like, in some of the, oh my gosh. In some of the sections in Simuni, you can, like, read through, and there's stuff about the Enigmata, there's stuff about, like, but there's not so much about the Remembrance. We get a lot of stories about the Veracity, especially lately. A lot of stories about the Veracity and Enigmata. And now we get Everknight looking how she does and acting how she does, especially with the jellyfish. And we have a Remembrance light cone that has those jellyfish. Yeah, we saw how similar paths are in Penacony, such as Harmony and Order, although Order does predate Harmony. But I feel like Enigmata and Remembrance are either just harmonizing paths, or they are technically one and the same.
at the start of combat and gains some Memoria. When she or any ally Memo Sprite, including Eevee, uses an ability, she gains 1 point of Memoria and regenerates a certain amount of energy. After unlocking another of Everknight's traces, if there are other Remembrance teammates on the team, her skill effect of increasing ally Memo Sprite's crit damage will be further enhanced. The more teammates on the path of Remembrance, the more buffs this effect provides. During exploration, Everknight's technique will give the entire team's Memo Sprites the crit damage boost from her skill after entering the next battle, and also grant a certain amount of Memoria. Memo Sprite's crit damage will be Memo Sprite, including Eevee, uses an ability, she gains 1 point of Memoria and regenerates a certain amount of energy. After unlocking another of Everknight's traces, if there are other Remembrance teammates on the team, her skill effect of increasing ally Memo Sprite's crit damage will be further enhanced. The more teammates on the path of Remembrance, the more buffs this effect provides. During exploration, Everknight's technique will give the entire team's memo sprites the crit damage boost from her skill after entering the next battle.
That's gonna be interesting to try with Aglaya. That's gonna be very interesting to try with Aggie. So I'm like, maybe Cass and Aggie will be great teammates.
Also grant a certain amount of Memoria. In summary, there are two aspects to Everknight's core mechanism. The first is that she boosts the entire team's memo sprite crit damage without consuming skill points. After unlocking specific traits, the more teammates on the path of remembrance there are, the bigger the extra buffs are. The second aspect is that she quickly stacks Memoria through various means. When Memoria reaches a certain threshold, Evie will deal damage to enemies. I have some rare combat footage of Everknight here.
Give.
It was talented, but I didn't think you could talk to animals too.
Sorry.
No wonder we hit it off so well. Evie is immune to all crowds.
We're gonna fix that. So I had a thing fall over and it hit my
Evie will deal damage to enemies. I have some rare combat footage of Everknight here. Don't say it was me who showed it to you.
Thank you. Now I can come up with a strategy in advance.
Interesting.
Everknight uses her technique and enters battle, increasing the crit damage of allied memo sprites. Without further ado, the summoned Evie attacks the enemy, adding to Everknight's Memoria. Everknight launches her skill. This restores a certain amount of Evie's HP, refreshes the number of turns the allied memo sprite's crit damage boost is active for, and further increases Memoria. With Memoria now full, she consumes all Memoria and HP to inflict heavy losses on the enemy. Castress Sanupa gains charge, and Everknight's energy is fully regenerated. She launches her ultimate and enters the darkest real estate, clearing the field with ease, and Evie welcomes the second wave of enemies with pure punishment. The teammate uses their skill, causing Everknight's HP to fluctuate and Memoria to increase. The enemy resists when Evie's on the attack, making the most of the still active darkest riddle state. Everknight promptly uses her skill. Memoria points quickly accumulate until full, and Evie takes an extra action, savagely bombarding the enemy. The teammate launches their ultimate, and with skilled coordination from the entire team, the enemy's assault grinds to a halt. And that's a wrap.
That's gonna be fire.
Today's been exhausted. I'm out of breath.
Is something wrong?
Mr.
What?
Mr. Dunhung, do you not feel tired too? Just go lie down and go back to sleep.
What the fuck?
Who's there?
I wanted to create the perfect guest experience for you and your memory. Didn't think you'd resist this much. Don't worry, try again. Time to clock in.
Wait! Hey! No one wants to go to work twice!
What the fuck?
No terrific surprises Everknight will bring us!
Holy.
Terror?
No!
Okay. Well, dang. Everknight's gonna be so good. God, I cannot wait until 3.6. I said this in my most recent recording session. I was like, y'all, 3.6 is gonna go hard. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to play through it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you are. And I'm like, y'all, I don't know everything that happens in the patch. I just know what I record. I'm so ready and I'm so terrified. It's gonna be so good though. It's gonna be so fucking good. So that is it for today, my sprites. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next time. Sure, I'll see you on the next time. Bye, y'all. Okay. So I'm just gonna get my dice mold onto my desk real quick. I am just gonna respond to my husband about a thing. Okay. Yes, my husband Borg. Also, I don't know where... So, Alejandro and I, my boy Sayu, my beautiful husband Borg, we bought a new set of headphones for me, but I don't know where they went. So, I'm gonna have to ask, like, him if he's seen them, or if, like, he can help me look for them, because, I don't know where they went. Okay. Gotta get all these. Okay, these look like they turned out. So let's find out. I really hope that they did. Otherwise, I'm gonna cry. Because I don't love making dice molds. And I was gonna hire my friend Drew to do it. But as y'all know, money's a little tight right now. So, which I want to say, bro, how you lose headphones? Okay, so they were still in a box, and my worry is that she threw out the box. That is my deepest fear. Okay, so first step to these is I worry that our previous house cleaner threw out the box. That, because they were still in the box, right? Okay, so Ryuichi Hohenheim. But I want to give, like, the biggest heartfelt thank you to you guys. Ryuji! Enough! Come here. That's enough. Sit. He's decided that menace is his state right now. Goodness. Okay, so, like I was saying, I want to give the biggest heartfelt thank you to you guys. I will be able to make rent this month, and then some, because you all have been commissioning me for dice and demo reels and all of that. It means so much to me, and I don't know what else to say. Just thank you. I was really worried about it. Work's being a little slow this month just due to the nature of things, and I've been traveling a lot, which, you know, saps the bank account. So I'm very, very grateful. So thank you guys so much. Because I was worried. So, Venturine dice short today. Thank you. We will be painting those dice, and I'll be putting a short up to finish them off. So, what we're gonna do here, first and foremost, so I'm gonna open these guys up. So, these, move this a little closer to here, and adjust that, there we go. I'm gonna put on some music for myself. So while we do this, I'm also going to be grinding in Honkai Star Rail. So we are grinding for Evernight. Multitasking, baby.
What's the matter?
While we grind. Hi, Ada. How are you, sweetie pie? Okay.
Straight to the soul.
I'm just gonna take. So I'm just taking my Swiss Army knife. Not Swiss Army knife, Jesus. My craft knife. And I am just going around the edge of the mold so I can pull out
With this divine
mold
power,
itself. So I'm just going around the very edge.
purity, to reforge all things.
That lets me, in theory, just push it out. Well, I don't need to push it out, but I need to. Doing good. My friend is visiting me and we're making soup. Hell yeah! Yeah. This turned out great. Take out these keys. Okay. And then I have to go around the edge. Every night pre-farming, baby. I have extra new dice molds. Yeah, because these are for my new Silo dice molds that I've been teasing at you guys for months. I finally got around to making dice molds for them.
Purity, to reforge all things.
It's just Tribbie carrying what I'm grinding, let's be real. So I'm cutting around the sides to cut off the excess. So we're gonna look for the excess glue. And what I'm using on the bottom, this is called transfer paper or transfer tape. I just get this at Michael's. So it is the Cricut. I really like this stuff. Yeah, still Aria dice molds.
Endless riddles. The answer is nothing but void.
So I like to cut my own keys. Some people put extra stuff on the sides to make the keys, but I like to just cut my own keys out because you can actually, it actually makes for a tighter grip. I save these little bits of silicone and I put them into the dice molds because silicone sticks to silicone. So I just kind of dig out a little key because it being a little rough actually lets me know exactly where it goes. And also it makes for a tighter fit. So I have some, I'm using all my Trailblaze power. Because Evernight's what, a couple weeks out? A week out? I want to have everything built for her by the time she gets here.
With this divine power, I extract the world's purity, to reforge all things.
I hope you guys have been enjoying the dice. What's the word I'm looking for? Next week, that's crazy. I just make like little triangles usually. And after we finish dice stuff, we'll probably just go through Divergent Universe, stuff like that. I wasn't initially gonna stream today, but since my day opened up, I was like, I mean, might as well, right? I like never have everything pre-farmed except for Tribbie. Tribbie was the only character that I fully pre-farmed for.
I extract the world's purity, to to reforge all things!
I think, yeah, one more on this one should be extra assurance. This is honestly the most tedious part. So,
Nothing but void.
I'm just gonna put that to the side. And we keep moving. So some of these I know they're a little big, but I'm gonna be real. I got tired of cutting down the... I got tired of cutting down all the shapes. Okay. I know you shouldn't cut towards yourself, but I can get better leverage this way. Okay, we'll do her. We will do her level materials. Hello! We'll do level materials, and that will cover the pre-farming we need to do.
As you can see, I'm just a frail scholar.
And why do I do it in one-time speed? One, to keep myself used to it, and two, it makes it take longer for farming, so then I have more time to do other stuff while we're pre-farming while I'm working on dice.
With this divine power, I extract the world's purity to reforge all things!
I'm just trying to get the knife blade back in here. Hello? Did my knife break? You broke me, I'd be so upset. Okay, no it didn't. I just unscrewed it too far. It shouldn't sound weird. But let me check. I changed the audio source, so if it was sounding weird, no one mentioned it, but hopefully the different source will help. Okay. We'll do 120. I'll run it some more. Yeah, dice mold making is really fucking tedious, which is why I keep doing it. And also silicone's expensive, so I don't love it. But, you know. Okay. But I will say it is gratifying to make your own stuff.
Extract the world's purity to reforge all things!
I promise we will get into the dice polishing and making soon. This has to happen first. I'm gonna see if I can't buy smaller Dixie cups. Because I have a big thing for a slab mold, but it's gonna be so big, you know? It's tougher because these dice are bigger than my other ones. So I can't use a normal 4-inch pipe. And I don't want to buy stuff that I'm gonna end up not using, you know? There we go. How fucking jank that is. Okay. Hopefully the audio is better. Multitasking stream? Yep. How you doing, Cat V? Catty V. I hope your day's been good. Let's see. Maybe 140 more. Yep. We'll just keep running it. My blade keeps coming out. I am working this knife really hard.
With this divine power, I extract the world's purity to reforge all things.
Yeah.
The husband is home.
Yeah, we're multitasking. I am working on dice molds for the Scylla Aria branded dice because that's what people are really wanting to purchase right now. So I want to make sure that these are done so I can do some more pours with them. Hi, gorgeous. I'm Stween and you sound bad.
No, it's not bad.
Can you? Sorry, it's just a lot, especially because through the monitor. Yeah, it just needs to be moved over to the dryer. Too much, bud. Too much.
And the answer is nothing but void.
Sorry, it just overstimmed the crap out of me.
I'm gonna go like.
Okay, I love you. Welcome in, Zunume. That was overstimulating as fork. Okay. So I'm gonna mute this audio for now. I'm very curious about I'm thinking about Evernight, right? So like, what's her whole deal gonna be, you know? Just cause like, because there have been things like she is there to protect March. She is, she's part of her. She's her memories. It's like, what exactly does that all mean, though, you know? Like, what exactly is her whole deal? Is she March? Is she March who, like, with all of her memories? Why was it only when she went to Amphorius? Did Black Swan know this would happen? You know? Because like, if you look at Black Swan's outfit, she has so much overlap with OG March. Like, the little shard in her, like, the stomach part of her outfit, like, on her top. There's so much overlap that I'm like, these two are linked. Like, clearly through, like, the Garden of Recollection, obviously. Are they both cremators, you know? What happened to March 7th? I feel like this is the patch where we're finally gonna find out what happened to March. That's what I'm really hoping, is that we finally find out what happened to March. Because I want to know so desperately. Oh my god, Catty. But, you know, I think I think from a storytelling perspective, it's been long enough that we can at least start uncovering March stuff. And with Evernight happening, I feel like now's the time for them to start telling us, at least. They don't have to tell us everything, because I'm fine if the mystery continues. Because, you know, it's a gacha game. They've got to extend things out, and they've got to keep the intrigue, especially for a live service game. So from a game design standpoint, I understand not telling us everything, but I think it's time to, like, to really start digging into it. Yeah, I'll check in a sec how many pulls I have. Because I think right now I'm at 70 pulls for her. Which I think is a good place to be in. I want to at least have 100 pulls saved for Evernight. Because I really want her. You know what? Let's check. Yeah, I have 51 pulls right now. I should have 70 to 100 before because of how I play and how often I play, I will absolutely be able to get her. It was either special program or the other trailer, but they said that Evernight comes out to protect March. Yes. And if we remember from the previous patches, they said the reason March was in ice was because the garden was messing with her memories. Yes. And they've mentioned that her memories are of interest. And that Amphorius is of interest to the Garden of Recollection. So, So I'm just very curious if we're gonna actually find out what her whole deal is. Oh, the audio was overlapping. You just said the audio was weird. You didn't say it was overlapping. It might have just been coming from two different sources then. The fact that none of y'all, I can't trust any of y'all. Chat be like, audio weird. In what sense? Yeah, you can't just say the audio's weird and then be like, okay, why? Y'all are goobers. Audio good. Thank you, Tom. Yeah. When is the next patch dropping? Because we have 5 days. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Also, my queen, I don't have reason to pull her. What? Okay, thank you for putting that on. Update is next week. Also, Scylla, maybe it's just me, but is it a coincidence that the Eon of Enigmata looks like a jellyfish? No, it's not, and that's what I'm saying, is that I am not fully convinced that the Enigmata and Remembrance are separate paths. She's Path of Remembrance, yet she has the symbol of the Enigmata and is also covered in symbolism of the Veracity, which could be them fucking with us, but also in the 3.5 trailer, Evernight eats Amphorius. So, like, Hoyo, what the fuck is going on? I am convinced that she's not an Eon, but she's absolutely, like, I feel like she has the power level of an Emanator, you know? At least, at the very least. I'm torn on who to pull. Currently at 75 pity from pulling High Ceilings. Was gonna get Silver Wolf because I like Nihility, but hearing Anaxa is rerunning. Okay, as someone who runs Naxi with the Herda, I personally recommend getting getting Anaxa. He is a really good partner for her because not only does he implant weakness, so he's really good, like even if you're using her against characters that aren't weak to ice, he can then implant that weakness in them by using his skill. And also, he's great for building up her stacks. Here, I'll just pop into Simuni real quick. Or Simuni? No, I'll just pop into, we'll just pop into Pure Fiction, right? So I'll just go to 3 real quick. So I'll just swap them real quick. So, I just grab my... So, I'm just gonna pop everyone's techniques. I'll demonstrate for you. Yeah, and if you have Saridra, so I'll pop Tribbie's alt so we can have her field. Okay, I'll throw it in double just for sake of it. Okay, so with Naxi, we're gonna skill. We'll use his alt. Yeah, Anaxa and Thurda are a great team. And having characters that, because you can see they're all at 1 right now. We're gonna pop that. Using, thank you so much for the sub, Coda. So like Tribbie's great because she has AoE, so she can also help build up stacks. Mine are kind of cracked. But he's great for building up stacks, and then we'll do one more. Let them do their things. Because you can see with his, we've already built up 36, because it'll target the one who has the highest HP. So now he should probably be around 42. Yeah, he's at 42 stacks, which is the highest it'll go. And then it's a great time to ult. And that triggers Tribbie. And we've ulted with everyone, so I'm gonna hit Tribbie's ult one more time. And I have her C6, or E6 rather, sorry. I've been hearing Sayu talk about Genshin so much and hearing C6 that it's fucking me up. And then I'm actually gonna pop her over here so I can build up stacks on the others. Put that on you. Her support's about to go out, so we'll do that. Him going. But yeah, you see what I mean? Like, he's great for building up stacks. And so is Tribbie. So having AoE teams with the Herda is going to be super helpful. Because the more stacks they have, the more damage you're going to do, right? So I've already beaten Pure Fiction, so I don't need to. Getting EP, so I'll be taking a nap. Thank you for popping in. Maybe we'll do some challenge content later. And then you guys can be like, yo, Scylla, your build is ass. No. As far as I know, Sayu hasn't caught up on the 3.5 story. Boy's been busy. And also, he's been getting back into Genshin, which is honestly good to see. Especially because our boy Nick is now playing Flynn's. My ass was about to call him Fish. Nod Cry. Yeah, I've been told that it's like, yo, Scylla, this might be like your patch. I'm like, that's really cool. I have genuinely tried to get into Genshin. It is not my game. I've tried so many times. And I'm like, normally I will try a game, and if I don't like it, I won't go back to it. I've gone back to Genshin twice, and I have tried. It is not for me. But I don't think it's a bad game. It's just not my game, you know? And I actually think that's something that bothers me about, like, the gamer community. Where it's like, oh, I didn't like the game, therefore it's a bad game. And I don't love that, because it's like, just because you didn't like it, it might be someone's favorite game. Because, listen, Bendy and the Ink Machine, great example for this. I acknowledge fully, I've had this conversation with my friend Tom recently. I acknowledge it is not a great game. It's not. The first game, rough as hell. It's rough. But, like, the gameplay is barely gameplay, okay? It's not awesome. However, the story's really fun, and I love the aesthetic. It's my favorite indie game, and it makes me really happy. I acknowledge all of its flaws. It is a flawed as fuck game. But it's my favorite. So that is a game where I'm like, yes, y'all have every right to say this game is bad, because it's bad. But there are, like, some really good AAA games out there. But there's people who don't like the story, or they don't like certain aspects of the gameplay, and they're like, I didn't like this one aspect of it, therefore it's a bad game. So I think people are too quick to call something bad. Instead of, it's like, okay, what aspects of it? Because people don't want to talk about things critically. They just want to have it be black and white, cut and dry, and be done with it. Because it's thinking about things critically opens you up to thinking about other things critically. And I could go into that, but I won't. Because now's not the time or place. But I have opinions on that, and I think you can understand where I'm coming from on that guy. But it's people, yes, I agree with that wholeheartedly. People put too much weight on review scores. There is yes, people have forgotten the difference between it's not for me and objectively bad. There are so many things out there that are indeed objectively bad. I don't think just because Genshin is not for me doesn't mean it's objectively bad. Because there's a lot about Genshin that I like. I think the story is really interesting from the bits and pieces that I've heard from Sayu. I think the characters are so cool. I think I love the character designs. I think the voice acting is fantastic, and that's not even like biased. It's like, oh, Sino is the best voice acting character. I mean, he is, because that's my husband. But the acting is awesome. The character designs are really neat and unique. The music is beautiful. I actively have Genshin like music on. I use Hoyo Mix. Like, I listen to Hoyo Mix all the time when I'm just working. When I'm scripting, I have Hoyo Mix on, and a lot of what comes on is the Genshin music, because Genshin has beautiful music in it. So it is not bad by any means. It's just not my game. You know what game I do love? I love Honkai because I love me a... And it's not even just because I'm in it. I started playing because I'm in it. But Sayu can tell you, I play this game every single day. Not even just because I need to do my dailies. I love this game because I love the story. I love the characters. I think it is, like, Honkai is one of my favorite games. And I can say that with full confidence, with my full chest. But also, like, I acknowledge it has its flaws. But all that to say, we can acknowledge that things have flaws without it being the worst thing we've ever played in our lives, you know? Nod Cry music is very Celtic vibes. Ooh, I'll have to check it out. I do love me some Celtic music. Michael Hernandez. I know the game Genshin Impact is mixed, but it's just very fun, and Honkai Star Rail is the best Hoyo game. Yeah, like, there's mixed things about every game ever. That's kind of how I feel. I'm like, every game has mixed things. There's certain things, like, God of War Ragnarok, and, like, the 2018 God of War. Those are some of my top favorite games of all time. Are they perfect? Fuck no, they're not. There are certain things in the UI that I can't stand. There are certain things with the leveling system that I don't really like. But I still love them. Texting to Hubs. Okay. Also, please see Alan Wake, the original. The gunplay in that game is butts, but fuck if it's not a good story. Everyone has their preference about how games play and who the heck... Yeah, exactly. What theme dice are you making? So right now we are making dice molds. They're super rough, but I don't really care because it just matters about how they house the dice itself. But we are going to be making... Also, I love your name, Custard Bunny. That's so cute. We are going to be... polishing a bunch of different dice, so I can actually show you. We have Mighty Most dice. So these are for Gabriel Warburton, who plays Mighty. I also have another set for another commissioner. We have Castorus dice. And these are in my older molds, which I will continue using. We have a Glaya dice. I need to re-pour the D6. But these are Aglaya dice. So they're full of golden thread. And laurel leaves, much like her. I love the Aggie dice. They're some of my favorites. For me, it's Metroidvania. I just can't connect with them. Most of them have fantastic stories, but I'm hot garbage at the game. I feel you on a spiritual level, Squared. I am hot, spicy garbage on a summer's day at Metroidvania games. Yeah, a lot of my Honkai dice, I use a similar, this is the D20, so I'm very excited about this. Those are nice dice, thank you. I use the same design for them, which is why the pre-designed dice are cheaper on my shop, because with commissions I have to come up with the design initially. So if you see pre-designed dice in my shop, they will be about $30 cheaper. So I'm just cutting the excess glue off. What's so good about video games? There's a genre for everyone. Exactly. Like, if you prefer cozy games, if you want a puzzle game, if you like turn-based combat, there's something for everyone. And that's the beauty of video game medium. It's the beauty of like animation and anime and just like storytelling in general, filmmaking, whatever. There's comedies, there's action, there's horror, mystery, you know? Like, I love a good Agatha Christie novel. But I also love a Dritster Worden book. I love me some D&D, like, fiction. Give me that shit any day of the week. Put it in my veins. That reminds me. So I am moving forward with my Scylla Aria comics. And what it's gonna look like to start off the story is, for those of you who have seen it, I will be rehashing my lore video, but we are breaking it down into separate chapters. We are going to be, we're gonna be breaking it down into separate chapters, expanding on Scylla's origins, and then moving into the greater story, which will bring in how Sayu and Scylla met. It'll bring in, it'll bring in how they met. It'll be about, what's going on in the wider fairy world. I'm going all in with this. Once we get these dice molds poured, I will be posting a link to the Patreon. So you guys can pre-subscribe if you would like to. There is no pressure to. But the Patreon is what's going to pay for the comics. So essentially, it's just going to be sort of a self-feeding machine. So what I make on the Patreon will go to the artists to pay for more comics. Yes, I'm very excited about them. Yeah, so I've been talking to Sayu about it before. I was like, so I have some ideas of how, like, our characters could have met. And, like, I know this is, like, your thing with Sayu is that he's, like, tech support. What if this happened? And he's like, yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's expand on it. So we're going to be expanding on it. Hopefully that'll be out for our 10-year anniversary next year, is the goal. Because it won't come out until I hit that point in Scylla's story. Who the villain is, you'll have to find out. The plan is to reach that reveal when, not like the villain reveal, but to, the plan is for timing, to hit the reveal of 3.0 Scylla, like why they look the way they do for 3.0, in the comics at the same time as the model release. And I will delay that model release until we hit it in the comics. I'm just checking for food. We're just ordering dinner. One sec. I'm just letting Sayu know what I want. But yes, so maybe a subathon goal idea, you and your friends do a voiceover. So the funny thing about that, Shinotaku, every comic will be voiced. It will be a full cast comic dub for every single one. And also, so how the comics are going to go is this. It will be a full art, multi-panel comics every month. We're doing one a month. Fully voiced by myself in a full voice cast. And it will be animated in a motion comic style. So, that's why we are doing it through Patreon. So then we can fully fund these every month. Because this is my way of making a Scylla Aria series. Cameos from other VTubers? Absolutely. I already have a whole arc prepped. And I am actually I'm going to be taking classes. I'm studying right now. I'm studying classical Celtic mythology. And I'm considering taking classes on something like Udemy or Brilliant to properly, fully study classical Celtic mythology so that I can portray it truthfully and accurately while still telling this beautiful fictional story. But I want to give as much, I want to honor those original tales as best I possibly can. I have always wanted to make an animated series, and I already have this beautiful world that we've created for Scylla, that this is just the best way to do it, in my opinion. Then instead of funding, also a big thing, part of it came around because I was like, well, I'm not one of these huge VTubers, and this is not, I need to preface this so hard. This is not me shitting on big VTubers who are able to do this. I think it's beautiful that they're able to. I've gotten to voice in multiple lore videos for other VTubers lately, and I'm very grateful. Like, I played an old woman in Shy Lilies recently. She specifically asked me, and that's really fucking cool, and Lily's very nice. I'm not one of these big VTubers who can afford to do like one big lore video, one big expensive lore video, and then debut my new model. I can't do that. That's not the position I'm in. So, and also, it came about because I'm like, why do we only ever do one big lore video and then we never talk about our lore again? I don't want to do that. I want to tell a full story. I want to tell a story. A continued story. I want to have a chapter every month. I have so much lore for Scylla that I think it would be a shame and a waste not to fully expand upon it, you know? Even if it's just a peek into their world, I think that's cool. What about a peek into my version of Tir na nog? Not to mention creating your own lore is so fun. Exactly. Especially for like my friends who are my DMs, like for Dungeons and Dragons, y'all know I go hard. I have written short stories because one of my characters is an author. Because they're an author, I have started writing short stories. And I'm gonna be taking creative writing courses and getting feedback on all of this. Like, I'm going really hard at it because I'm excited about it, I'm passionate about it, and I wanna explore this world that has been living in my head for, it'll be 4 years. Speaking of lore, is there anything to read, catch up on? You will not need to catch up on anything. Oh, we're almost done, thank God. You will not need to catch up on anything. The beauty of this is gonna be We are starting from the very beginning. Welcome in, Candy Corn. You will not need to catch up on anything. I am starting from the very beginning in their lore video. From the moment... Thank you so much for the follow. From the moment they are born into the world of Tir Nan Og, up until their new form. And we'll be expanding from then on too. I will be just telling Scylla's story. Relic farming and the monster struck my team.
A super big meanie.
I love playing Tribbie. I'm gonna miss her so much. That's why I'm like, hey, but what if they get to leave Amphorius? And what if she goes to the Sienjo Lafu so she can hang out with the general? I know that won't happen, but what if? He's already Papa to fucking... What's his fuck? He's already Papa. He can be Papa to 3 gremlins in a trench coat. He can be Daddy.
I want Genuine to be Papa.
But she would technically, if you think about it, technically be older than him, which is hilarious. Sorry, I just had music stuck in my head. Another crying to shoot. Hush, it's fine, come with me. Well, I was at the Lafu. Hell yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my knife blade back in here. You're hunting for a shiny Riolu? Nice. I'm planning to do a soul link with my bestie, Rachel. You guys know her as Jubilee. So Jubes and I are gonna be doing a soul link in Sun and Moon because that is her favorite game. And she wants me to play it. So we're also gonna be doing a soul link of it. Yeah, I've never done a Nuzlocke. I've never done a Soul Link. So it's gonna be us learning as we go and she's actually good at Pokemon. I'm garbage at Pokemon games. My Pokemon die all the fucking time. Alpha Sapphire from the beginning. Nice. It's another one that I have not played. Thankfully, there will be significantly less silicone needed for the top of these. I like to have as many contact points for keys as possible because it just locks it into place nicely. I really want to get like large silicone dice, like a big one that like a 1-year-old can't swallow. Thank you so much for the sub. Like a big one that like a 1-year-old can't swallow because for my, cause my friends are like, what if you ran more D&D for us? I'm like, I could do that. I could absolutely do that. But I want to, you know, make sure their daughter's involved somehow. So, cause if I ever run from their place, I want to get her like a big silicone dice. your line on the Tribbie voice. Oh, thank you. This is, alright, yeah, we are almost done. Little mini Faye, yeah. So I don't have a baby, but my friends do. My sister had her daughter recently, so I've got a little niece who I'm obsessed with. I'm gonna spoil that kid's sweet, I swear. Okay. What time is it? Alright, I've got a few hours. How about the fur babies? They're doing great. Where is Liru's in the window. That's the only one with me right now. Mini Faye, their name is Ryuji. You're right, he is my little Faye fur baby. My Faye baby, if you will. Okay. It's so funny, I was watching a retrospective about Alan Wake recently. Shocking, I know. I've played these games so many times, and yet I'm like, but what if I watch it again? And I'm like, oh man, I could go play Alan Wake 2 again for a third time. Liru is L-I-R-U. It means sing in Tolkien Elvish, actually. I named her after my D&D character's cat, which is wild. Which, speaking of D&D, if you're interested in D&D content, most Fridays we play Dungeons & Dragons over on Alpha Aniki's channel, where we play Shadows over Velda. Velda is spelled W-E-L-D-E. Jamin. Liru, nice. Feel like a game could redo Sly Cooper. Ooh. Yeah, my husband's a big fan of Sly Cooper.
Thank you for the follow.
I've never played them. I wasn't much of a gamer growing up. I don't know if I've talked about this much recently because there's so many new folks around. But, I didn't grow up playing a lot of video games. I grew up reading a lot of books and traveling a lot. And that's actually where like a lot of like my storytelling prowess came from, is we traveled internationally a lot and I just kind of had myself and my imagination. So I would write a lot of stories. And it wasn't until Sayu and I got together that I started like really getting into video games, because I would be invited to play games with our friend group. And I got into like not Last of Us, Left 4 Dead. And that was like the first game we ever played together. And now we play Borderlands together. We were literally playing it last night, which y'all, if you ain't played Borderlands 4, it's so good. I'm a big fan of it already. And we've mostly done, like, we haven't even done a lot of main story. We've mostly done side quests, and I'm just having the best time ever. Highly recommend Borderlands 4. So funny, Sayu and I were talking about it. He's like, I forgot that it's like a AAA game. I was like, yeah, dude. Everybody's playing it right now. It's so good. And I'm asking everybody, I'm like, you want to hop on Borderlands? You want to play Borderlands with me?
Welcome in, Raiders! I'm still Aria, resident non-binary fairy, finding the fairy of creativity and curiosity, and today's curiosity is dice mold making while we yap about Honkai Star Rail and other video games. Welcome in. How was your stream? For those of you who don't know me, I'm still Aria. You might also know me as Hayden Davio. I'm a professional voiceover actor gone VTuber. If you know Honkai Star Rail, I'm the voice of Tribbie, Trian, and Treenan. I'm also in Pokemon as Marnie, Gossifleur, and Eldegoss. I'm in Yu-Gi-Oh! As Yuna Goha. And I'm in a ton of other stuff. If you're curious about what I've been in, you can use !VA in the chat. But welcome in! How was your stream? What were you guys getting up to? And the basin, you're right. How could I forget? You voice like half of Amphorius. I do not. I do voice a lot of characters in Amphorius. That is true. I also play Fagusa as of 3.5. I'm High Sealand's mom. But you can't call me mommy. It was good. We finished all the story for Genshin. Nice. How was the recent story? Yeah. Ambrosia. I love doing the bass and voice. It's so fun. I got distracted. I'm sorry. I literally took a picture of what I wanted. I didn't send it to him. Oops. Whoopsie. Y'all can't call me grandparent, because that makes me sound old. I'm not even 30. What dice are you casting? So the dice in here right now are my Scylla Aria Dice Masters. So that when I make dice, they'll have my logo and all the high faces. And then after we finish pouring the molds, the top molds for these, normally this does not take me as long, but I'm yapping, so the tism is tisming, you know? But, also, I could have made them in like a big slab mold. Peepaw is a concept. Goddamn. Alright. Grandparents' a state of mind. Well, shit. You can't write peepaw and expect me to not go into like a southern accent thing, y'all. Like, that's crazy. Okay. Just trying not to, you know, cut my finger off. Last one, and then we get to tape these motherfuckers up. Well, then I gotta hit them with Vaseline. But you know, that and the taping does not take as long as the prep. I need fingies so I can do all my dice commissions. I've got like 20. Which again, not complaining. Y'all literally saved my ass. I'm so grateful. Like, I'm so fucking grateful to y'all. You saved my butt, and then some. I will be good on rent for the next couple months, thanks to y'all. I'm very grateful. Speaking of Genshin, I've gone through the Fontaine story on chapter 4 and the Archon quest main story on my main account. Hell yeah! I hope you enjoyed. My friend Amber plays Farina, which I think suits her so well. Amber's so good. I love her.
She's my friend. She's so talented.
My fingers are gonna hate me. Looks forbidden jelly. Yeah, this is silicone. We're almost done here. Actually, can I? Will scissors work here? Oh, I could have been using scissors. I'm a foolish fool and a half. I guess I just hate myself and I just want to do it the hard way. Hard. Anyway. She did a great job fraying the hotties. I know, it's so good. UV resin is forbidden slime. Indeed. Don't eat. Just don't eat resin. There's so many people like, oh, I'm gonna put your dice in my mouth. I'm like, don't do that. I feel like I'm gonna have to start making little, like, how to care for your dice, printouts with each set, and I'm gonna have to add, do not eat. Don't put these in your mouth. Not safe. You foolish fools. I love you very much, but don't put them in your mouth. Sillies. Crom cheat. No, Eve! No! They are not Crompchi. One-way trip to the hospital. Okay, these are done. That means I'm gonna clean up some extra shit. Hospital. Hi, Keen. Welcome in. Just a nibble? No! No nibbles. You cannot eat the dice. It is forbidden rock candy. Emphasis on forbidden. No. Because many things in if look tasty, why forbidden? Because many things in life look tasty, but are forbidden. And toxic. Pretty please, no! Not the loud! We'll put you all in dice jail. You wanna go to dice jail? You wanna go to click-clack jail, chat? No, you don't. Surviving, been enjoying dice making. Yay! Welcome in. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic real quick just so I can hop up and go grab the other stuff that I need, but I'll be right back. Chat, what are you doing? Don't eat the molds! I'll bite you! Okay, so the reason I have a hot glue gun is so then I can hot glue the edges of the dice. So first and foremost, I need Vaseline. Why? You'll see. So get a little bit of Vaseline because, as I said earlier, silicone sticks to silicone. I just realized I actually need to cut some keys in this guy. Yes, I realize that this is just open, but that's fine. It would still work without, like, the bigger keys, but I just prefer them. I did a good job. Sorry, I'm looking at these masters. I did a good fucking job on them. It's like a reverse Tootsie Pop. Oh, God. Okay. Y'all are wild, Chat, I'm gonna have to make more of these tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to that. Actually, no, I can start on these tonight, assuming the lids work as they're supposed to. Okay, those are done. Okay. I'm gonna do myself a favor right now. There's a little hole in the side of this mold. So we're gonna cut some contact paper. When I do contact paper, I tend to cut a corner off. I know you guys can't see exactly what I'm doing right now. How do you make the Dice Masters? I ordered mine from Revel Broker Dice. And then they 3D print them. And I then go through Zona papers, which are high grit sanding papers. If you want to look it up, it's Z-O-N-A. They're high grit sanding papers, which are then, I go through almost all of them. When I'm doing Dice Masters, I start at the gray Zona paper, which is the second one in the set. It is, oh, I actually have them right next to me so I can show you. So it goes from gray or green to white. So 600 grit, 1200, 1800, 8000, 10,600 to 22,000. So you can see them right there. So I go, when I'm doing my Dice Masters, I go from gray to white. And it gives you this really glass-like shine, which is what you're looking for. Try and get this paper. Well, there you go. Is Vaseline edible? Technically, because you can put it on your lips. So, by technicality, yes. I wouldn't recommend taking spoonfuls of it because it'd be fucking nasty. But, you know, technically you could without it being highly toxic. It just wouldn't taste very nice. So I am just pre-wrapping this guy. So I'm gonna put, sorry about my mic, the contact port is old. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking Vaseline and I start by putting it in the just gonna cut this, otherwise that's gonna be a mess. Start by putting it in the keys so that I don't forget. Yeah, it's a petroleum product because it's petroleum jelly. So you put in all the keys. And what I'm doing is I go as carefully around the dice as possible. But if I get any petroleum jelly on it, I can easily I just take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and I wipe it off. Like that was just a little piece of silicone. Currently eating dinner? Hell yeah, what you having? So, make sure there's a good amount on there. Done. And we just keep going. Ooh, julienne potatoes. That sounds so tasty. Yeah, Sayu and I got ramen. I ate not that long ago, so depending how long it takes for food to get here, I'll probably eat after stream. Thank you all for hanging out with me today while I just craft. We'll go back to Honkai Star Rail properly in a bit. But I just want to get as much dice done as possible because there are a lot of commissions to get through and I just want to make sure that I am tackling them in a timely manner so that we don't get crazy backed up. And then people are waiting for months, you know, because that's already the case with some of them because I was waiting on my Dice Masters and they were like, well, I want the Scylla branded ones. So, because I thought I would have these sooner, but I got a wee bit ghosted for a while. I was supposed to have Scylla Dice Masters months ago, but they sent me the wrong sizes. And then when I asked them to fix it, which they said they were down to do, they ghosted me? So, Scylla Dice took a little longer, which I'm not happy about, but you know. Yeah, it was wild. I Because, like, as a commissioner, there have been times where I've taken a while to get back to someone. Aw, thank you, Michael. That's very sweet. I know I've taken a while to get back to people, and sometimes, due to my crazy schedule, my commissions take a little longer. And I acknowledge that. And that's something that I tell people up front is like, hey, I am a professional director, writer, and actor, so I'm working basically nonstop. I also help run a TTRPG company, so I'm working basically nonstop. I do dice making and all that because I love it so much. And you know, it's a nice way for me to be crafty. I love working in a tactile field. It just makes me very happy. It's also very meditative, you know? Give them a Kit Kat, they need... I do love a Kit Kat. At one of the places I've worked at, we have Kit Kats in the break room, and they are the most stale. They have been there for a year, I think, and they are so fucking stale. I had one while I was working, and I was like, bruh. This is old. This is like the Halloween candy you find in the back of your drawer. You go, oh shit, a Kit Kat, and you're like, I wish I had a Kit Kat. Like, those wafers are like, not wet, but they're the wafers your grandma pulls out of the back of her, the back of her cupboard and goes, here you go, sweetie, I've got some wafer crackers for you. And you go, thanks, Grandma. I don't think I've ever told this story, so I guess it's story time with Scylla while we do the dice molds. But my grandma, rest her soul, she's been dead for many years at this point. She was a bit of a hoarder. And my sister and I were staying with her. And she's like, oh, I made salad for you. And we're like, oh, thanks, Grandma. Thanks, Mammy. And she pulls out of the fridge. This fridge was full, mind you. Like, completely full to the brim. Her freezer was so full that she bought us ice cream. That ice cream went in the fridge because there was no room in the freezer. Sorry, I can only laugh at that. It's wild. Nah, it's cool. But she pulls out this Caesar dressing, and it's like 3 years old and fucking brown, dog. Like, you see the brown of Tribbie's wings? It was that brown, bro. It had been in that fridge for 3 fucking years. That shit was brown and bad. It was nasty. My sister, I looked at it, and my sister, when my grandma was out of the room, she's like, don't eat that. I was like, I wasn't planning to, but damn. Yeah. I have tales about that grandparent. It was wild. Yeah, it aged like, well, Caesar dressing that's been in the fridge for 3 years is how it fucking aged. Oh, Caesar dressing. Did she eat it? Uh-huh. Dude, if there's mold on anything in my fridge, I throw that shit out immediately. Like, I've been poor. I've never been eat mold poor, you know? And I'm like, y'all know me. I ain't a rich bitch. If there's mold on my food, I'm getting new food. Yeah, it's some nasty shit. So don't eat PSA, don't eat 3-year-old Caesar dressing. Happy early birthday! Okay. That's a lot of fucking Vaseline. Well, we'll make do. Okay, not gonna check my food. Good job. Good idea. I need to actually clean out our fridge. There's some stuff that was in there from before we left. I'm like, I need to clean out my my fridge. Oh my god, chat, I burped. I'm so happy. Can we get clappies in chat? Can we get head pats in chat? I burped today. The beginning of the B movie script? No. So for those of you who don't understand what a beautiful thing that was, I don't ordinarily belch. I have a weird condition where I get these stupid gurgles in my throat and I just go in the back of my fucking throat. I don't burp like a normal person, and what I would not give for just a good belch. I would love to belch. That sounds fucking magical. But I can't. My body does not allow it. I will occasionally have a little burp like we did just now, and that's a fucking miracle and a half to me, chat. You don't understand. So I'm making sure I've cleaned out this. So that's a miracle. This is the best part of my day. If a little baby burp happens, fucking amazing. Eat a spicy chicken enchilada? No! Then I just got this stupid gurgles in my throat. And I love enchiladas. What are you making dice for? So I am making, so all of the dice that are in here are Dice Masters. We are making new dice molds of my Scylla dice, for commissions. So that you guys can continue commissioning me, and you can get Scylla Aria branded dice. Yeah, okay, so those are all done. Next step is to get tape around all of these boys. Okay. So what about yay high? So go all the way around. It should be about that much. Yeah. I might stream again later tonight, but I'm kind of feeling Dark Urge. I've been really craving to finish my Baldur's Gate stream. I know y'all come here for Honkai, but I'm really tempted to just finish my Dark Urge run. start getting these put together. Is Tribbie reading there? Probably fanfic. Probably fanfic about Sayu and I. Oh, you want the awa awa? Okay, so I wrap this. I've made so many dice molds in my years of making dice, and I still dislike it. Should I do these off stream? Yes. Is it entertaining for you? Probably not all that much. But also, it's gotta get done. And then I'm gonna take... You okay? I thought I heard a scream. I have tape somewhere, and I don't know where I put it. I swore I heard a scream, chat. It's coming, I'm glad. Oh, it's on the floor, chat. I'm glad you guys find, like, the dice streams, like, entertaining, because I'm like... Okay, do you mind? Yeah, put it in the fridge for me, if that's okay. Thank you. I'm making dice molds right now, so I can't really eat ramen. What I love about crafting is that it's a little messy. Gonna head out. Thank you for coming, Astrum. Appreciate you being here. But I love that it's messy. I don't know why. It just... Honestly, I think I can do the tops with just masking tape. Or... Because I've never had curing issues. I know my friend Ryan had curing issues with packing tape. I never have. And if the top doesn't curate, I can just make an extra layer. Yeah, that's actually just way easier. I'm not giving you my ramen. You can't have it. Okay. Those are good. And the nice thing about tape is that it'll just come off of the lids. I like it because I can also make them as high as I want. The nice thing about slab molds is that they're prettier. But the thing is, I'm not going for pretty, I'm going for function. gets overstimulating? Not for me. But if it is overstimulating you, I will do it further away from my mic. Yeah, I'll pull the tape. I'll do the tape a little further from the mic, just so then if my friend? They're good background noise while you do college work. Hell yeah. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I am gonna tape all down the bottoms of these because that way if the silicone leaks out. It's honestly the mold prep that takes the longest because the mixing and pouring does not take any time at all. Start making tape that doesn't make the crinkly noise. See, I like it. My cats hate it. Nostalgic longing for a vacation. Oh. Vacation sounds amazing. I cannot wait until Sayu and I can take another proper vacay. Like, we were just in New York, but I'm like, oh man, take time off with my husband. Fuck yes, brother. If y'all could, now I got a question for chat. If y'all could take a vacation anywhere, where would it be? Where would be your dream vacation? Ireland? Ooh, that's a good one. I would love to go to Ireland. My sister lived in Scotland for a few years, and I am mega jealous. I'm like, you couldn't have stayed there so then I could come visit you. Ooh, Germany or Greece, both good choices. I really want to go to St. Petersburg. Ooh, anywhere that's cold. I take it you live in a warmer climate, that's fair. Ooh, Honduras. Again, nice. What was it about Honduras that you like? I really want to take Sayu to Italy. I've been once, but I would love to go with him and introduce him to Italy and really like experience it kind of as a tourist, because I went just as a giant nerd. Norway. Yeah, I would love to go to Norway. I want to go to like Sweden and Denmark. Philippines, nice. I've been to Venice. I spent a week in Venice. I actually turned 21 when I was in Venice. I was on the island of Murano, up in a bell tower. My fellow Fae, it's time. All right, what do you want? Lived in Sweden for 10 months. Oh, my dear Lochnar. Ara ara. Oh, is it meeting time right now? Whoopsie! I thought it was at 8. So, my loves, I actually have to go. I will come back after my meeting. You can feel your bones melting? Good. So, these are almost done. I have a meeting to get to because I thought this meeting was at 8 o'clock. So, we're gonna go raid someone. We're gonna go raid a friend. Let's see who's live. Let's see. Din Din is crafting arrows. Let's go raid. Let's go raid Arrows, Alikin. Still a raid. There we go. Get in there. I will see you guys later. Have a good night.